Hey guys, this is Proudman43 and welcome to another World of Tanks video. Today I'll be taking an in-depth look and I'll be doing a proper review of the Waffentreger Auf E100. I just want to say first off that this is my first ever tier 10 tank that I've got and unlocked, so this thing is quite special to me in that respect. Now this tank is the tier 10 tank destroyer in the second German tank destroyer line, which is consisted of the Nashorn, the Borsig, and the Waffle 4. And this tank will set you back 205,000 research experience, and it will cost 6.1 million credits to unlock. Now, this tank is widely regarded as one of the most, or being the most OP tank or overpowered tank in the game. This is evident by its gun and its hull armor and its overall performance. I can definitely see where people can say that this tank is overpowered, but I will explain how this tank also has its weaknesses, which can also balance out those overpoweredness characteristics of this tank. So before I talk about the tank itself, let's go over the stats. Now this tank has 2,000 hit points, which is quite decent for a tier 10 tank. It is about average and in the middle for other tier 10 tank destroyers. It has more HP than the Foch 155. It also has more HP than the Object 268, but it has less HP than the Jagdpanzer E100, which has 2,200 hit points. Okay, let's go to the weight. With my configuration, this thing weighs 100.25 tons, which is excellent since with its combined powerful engine of 1,200 horsepower, this thing will be able to ram enemy tanks quite easily, and you will be able to scale tiny hills and little deviations in the terrain quite quickly. Also, with the 1,200 engine horsepower, you can reach its 40-kilometer speed limit quite easily, and it will maintain that speed in flat ground. Scaling hills with this thing, usually you can go up to like 20 to 28 kilometers per hour, which is awesome since for something this heavy, it is quite easy, or it's quite different for other tanks to scale such angles quite quickly. But for this, you can relocate, and you can take strategic points in maps like high points in mountains and stuff. It has 26 degrees per second for traverse, which isn't really that big of a deal since this thing has a 360-degree rotating turret, if you could not tell before. It has the exact same armor, well, apart from the side skirts of the it has the exact same hull armor of the E100, but it doesn't have the side skirts. So it has 200 millimeters of frontal armor, 120 on the sides, and 150 at the rear. This is quite awesome, as with 200 being at the front, you will be able to ram even some tier 8 and 9 heavy tanks. And for people who are stupid enough to shoot you in the hull, 200 millimeters is quite a lot, and if you angle it like this, you can get some really decent bounces. The 120 on the sides is really good. Plus, with these huge tracks, they will eat tons of shots. Apart from shots taken above your tracks, which is this area right here. If tier 10 tanks will definitely pen this area around here. 150 at the rear is awesome. That means that people or scout tanks will have a tough time penetrating if you angle your rear. I don't know why you do that, but yeah, it's quite thick and quite powerful. Let's go over to the turret armor. Now, the turret armor of this thing is obviously a huge weak point. This is basically the worst characteristic about this tank is that it has a huge weak point, which is its turret. It has paper thin armor. It has 20 millimeters of armor at the front, 10 at the sides, and 8 millimeters counting this part. Probably 0, which includes the gun itself. So, if you see a Waffentreger or a Waffle, you definitely want to shoot it at its turret, because this the turret, shooting it at its turret will guarantee damage. It will guarantee penetration, rather than shooting its lower glaciers on the bottom, because it is 200 millimeters. I know that this will be like possibly like 140 or 120, but come on, guys, just shoot it at its turret. It's a huge weak point, and you will be guaranteed damage and penetration. Especially if you're shooting high explosive, you can deal a lot of damage to this tank if you shoot at its turret. Let's talk about the guns now. This tank has a choice of using two great or two. I wouldn't say the second gun is that great. You get the choice of using these two guns that are both from the Waffle 4. This is the one I'm using right now is the 128 millimeter L61. You unlock this on the Waffle, but you use it as an auto loader in this tank, which is awesome, because this tank, or this gun right now, is the most accurate gun in the game. It has quick aiming time. It has 6 drums in the magazine, so if you fire once, you have if your magazine's still full, or if you have leftover mags or shots, it will only take you 2 seconds to reload, but it will take you around 55 to 60 seconds to reload the entire magazine once again, which is another weak point of this tank. The auto loading, the reload for the actual magazine is quite lengthy, so you would want to maintain your and take caution of your ammo, especially if you're in like city maps where people can just assault you left and right. It has 276 millimeters of penetration and 560 average damage, which means that it will be able to deal around 3,000 damage in 12 seconds. That means that you can kill a mouse in 12 seconds if every shot penetrates, which is awesome, because you can watch its entire 3,000 HP pool evaporate in less than 15 seconds. Okay, so let's look at the 15 centimeter derp gun. I sold this after buying it because it wasn't my playstyle, so I decided just to keep the and utilize the 128mm gun. This gun is as I said before, 150mm. Instead of having six shells in the drum, it has four, and instead of a 2-second time in between to reload the shells, it's a 3-second one, so it's slower than the 128mm one gun, but it does take 50 seconds. Well, 45 to 50, depending on if you have chocolate to increase all crew skills, and if you have a 100% crew, it will take around 45 to 50 seconds to reload your entire magazine. The drip gun obviously has less penetration with 235mm, so you will have to either aim for weak spots on tier 10 tanks, or you'll have to spam gold, which has 334mm of penetration. But instead of having 560 alpha damage, it has 750, which is quite awesome. It's also pretty accurate with 0.34 accuracy, but it has a longer aiming time than the L61. Oh, and if I didn't talk about it, the the gold ammo penetration for the L61 has 232, and the HE penetration is 65, while the derp gun having 85mm penetration with HE and 334mm of penetration with gold. Its turret traverse is kind of slow, but you don't really have to complain because you are a tank destroyer and you have a turret, so that doesn't mean that you don't have to you don't have like a restricted gun angle. You can just turn around, move your turret around, and you don't have to disengage your camo and binocs. This tank has max view range of 420, just like the M48 patent, and it has a good radio signal range of 720 meters. For equipment, I recommend you using binocular telescope, definitely an enhanced gun laying drive for shortening the aiming time even further. So yeah, you just want to have a quick aiming time. I use camo net because I had it on the previous tanks I drove. Other options would definitely be a super heavy spall liner, but that's not gonna really help against HE or AP being shot at your turret. Coated optics could be quite useful if you're really aggressive in this tank. What else? And that's pretty much it. So you can I do quite well with these this configuration. Obviously you can't have vents as this is open topped, and you can't have a rammer since this is an auto-loading vehicle. For cruise skills, I used the cruise from my Borsigs, my Waffle 4s from my Nashorn. Definitely you want 6 cents on your commander first, and then camo on the rest of your crew. I did recon for some reason before putting camo on my commander. I dripped out a little bit. You'll definitely want snapshot first on your gunner, smooth ride, and off-road driving for your driver. I did situational awareness for my for my radio operator, and you'll definitely want some safe stowage just in case on your loaders after you trained camo. For the consumables, I just use manual fire extinguisher since it is the cheapest option. First, small repair kit. Small first aid kit and a small repair kit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it to talk about the tank. Let's get on with the replay. So here we are on Sand River. It's an encounter battle, and obviously we're in a tier 10 game. One thing I'd like to point out with this tank is that it is a huge tank to hide. Therefore, its camo value isn't really that good as the previous German tank destroyers like the Waffle 4 and the Borsig. So you definitely want to have camo on your crew before rolling this out. It doesn't display here on my screen, but the reload time for my Waffle is around 56 to 57 seconds. So I managed to reduce it down with 100% crew without any chocolate, of course. I believe this is my Mastery Badge Ace Tanker game, or my first one. I have 2 reviews to show you guys, so yep. We're gonna go over to watch the K line here, see if there are any tier 10 tanks will show up. Apologies for the sound. There were some problems with the engine sounds in this replay. So, yep. And obviously chat is going crazy about some politics. I don't know why. So, yeah, we have 6 shells in the magazine, as I am using the 128mm gun, which has better penetration, better accuracy, in exchange for lower alpha damage, and yeah. And we see that there are some tier 8 tanks that are pushing. So I think I target down the IS-3 first. That bounced off its angled turret. That killed them. You can see it's a quick reload between shells in the magazine. And I obviously retreat a little bit so they cannot shoot my turret, as my turret is a huge weak point. I see a T-124. I decide to go for the AMX, as he is an easier target. Then I go for the not fully upgraded IS-3, and my last shot tracks him, which is unfortunate. Now this displays the long reload for the magazine. So far I already managed to rack up 1,956 damage and 2 kills for my team. And I'm just telling the AMX that we can't help it, or I can't help him if he gets in deep trouble over there, as I am still reloading. And I decide to see what the situation is up here, and Sixth Sense has gone off saying that I have been spotted. I have 5 seconds to reload. I go for the IS-3, it seems.
It's working, but not very well.
Yep, I killed the IS-3. You saw that my gun got damaged because everyone was shooting my turret. You also would want to train your gunner with armor. Oh, and I blew up that guy's ammo rack. The reason why you'd want armor for this tank is that it will improve the accuracy of a damaged gun, so you won't have to spend a repair kit on your gun each time it gets damaged. Yeah, chat's still going on about Canada versus the US. And I decide not to get involved because I want to focus. I stay underneath this kind of ledge thing right here, so that I have to hide my turret so they cannot shoot it. I'm still reloading. We're winning 10-6, which is awesome. And you saw that I took massive amounts of damage. That's probably from the IS-3 and the T-110E4. And yeah, let's see what happens after this. So I have my magazine fully reloaded. And I'm just waiting to see if there are any guys that will be spotted. Looks like the IS-3 bounced a shot, or sounds like it. Just camping here a little bit to wait for them to pop out. They only have 3 enemy tanks left. So I'm waiting for my other team to start applying pressure on this part of the map. And yeah, I basically get involved by saying it's not, you shouldn't argue about politics. And I don't know why I'm still camping here. Yeah, I'm just talking to them and making them shut up. Trying to get some spots on the E4 or the Early or the 704. I realized I get spotted, so I tried to take cover in the city. But then I realized there's only 3 tanks left. Instead of capping, I decide to rush as soon as the T-110E4 is spotted. So now I'm kind of bloodthirsty for last kills. I do have 6 shells. There's 6 shells in the drum. I'm willing to take one more shot by that E4. And he almost kills me, but I realize I have tons of time left. I track him, then I shoot his turret, and I only have 2 shots left. I have done 4,976 damage. Shoot at that 704, signal on the car, and I kill him. So, yep. And that's the game. Okay, so this is the after battle stat screen. I received an ace tanker badge. I got high caliber in that match, and I earned a tanker sniper. Obviously, I did, let's see, damage. I did most damage in the in my team, in my game in the game as I got high caliber. Without premium, I made a profit of 70,000 credits, and I got 2,352 EXP, as it is the first win of the day. Okay, so this is another Waffle replay I have. This was filmed today, and that is why somebody will say Happy Father's Day, I believe. Yep. So, we're here on Ensk. Obviously, it's a tier 10 game. I don't have percentage to win, since I don't want to see that. I usually camp here in my TDs. so I can have overwatch of people going down the one line. But I don't want to get shot at my turret, so I stay back and wait for my magazine to load, which will take me some time. 17 seconds left. And since it's only 17, I decided just to go up. Take a sneak peek. Nobody seems to be there, and I get spotted and I see a Type 64. I didn't, at the time I didn't see that I could have shot him, so I decided to advance to D1, which is right here. Right here. And let's see what I'll do at this corner. Looks like a majority of German heavy tanks on their team are inside the square, so yeah, I see this Type 64 again. I shoot him again, and I shoot him twice. Or I shoot him once, and I shoot him twice. I have 4 rounds still, so I decide to take it on the mouse. Shoot him in the lower glaciers. I see an E75, and I just want to empty my magazine out at him. I don't see the IS-7. He angles his glaciers a little bit too much, and now I'm kind of screwed as there is an IS-7. But I don't realize that the heavy tanks have got it in the bag. So I retreat to reload my magazine. And this is when I noticed that we have lost the eastern part of the map, so I decided to help support the T-28 prot, who has decided to intervene at our cap. The enemies start capping, so I decided to advance a little bit more just to see if I can have shots at the Type 61 and the T-69. I don't have any at the Type, and then I noticed the bat chat, so I tried to lure him out. I don't want to shoot the FB, so I decided to not shoot at the moment. Oh, both of us derp out. I track and I set him on fire, but he extinguishes it. I bounce from somewhere. Oh, he dies. And I shoot, so I kind of wasted a shot there. I want to empty my my magazine again, so I decided to take it at the T-69. He shoots me at, I think, my tracks, which is weird. You do get those players who shoot you in your hull rather than your the turret. I don't know why, but yeah. This isn't when I realized we lost the southern part of the town, so I decide to wait here with the majority of my team. I don't want to go down the one line right now as I am reloading. We killed the E50. So I camp a little bit. So right now I have 3 kills and I have done 4,071 damage. I tried to spot the Waffle 4, which was last spotted right here at G5. Then I see we detect a Waffle, and he's heading down to where he's heading down to F2 and into that square, I believe. I decide to take the one line as I am used to going down that line, so yeah. might I add, they only have tank destroyers left, while we have 3 heavy tanks and 1 tank destroyer, so... and we're all tier 10s. They have 1 tier 10 and 2 tier 9s. So we have the advantage, both at tier and the number of tanks. I kind of bait here, and I'm kind of guilty for it, so I'll admit it. I let the FV215B take a shot. You'll see it. I didn't want to get shot by the Waffle. I thought the FE would stop. He shoots at the FV, and I empty out my magazine at him. Now it's just a matter of killing the rest. I shoot at this Waffle while moving. And I don't want to shoot the thing. I don't want to shoot at the T125 by mistake, but whatever, we won. So here's my post-game analysis. I have my Master Badge Ace Tanker and another high caliber medal. We picked up 5 kills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Without premium, I made a profit of, or I earned 69,580 credits, and since it was 3 times special today, I got 3,747 XP, and I did most damage on my team, and I did most damage overall. So, in conclusion, yes, this tank is really fun to drive. Its gun is really, really good to kill tanks with. It's definitely a camping kind of tank. You have to stay back behind the frontline tanks and try and snipe. It's awesome for ramming also. However, its weak spot is its turret, which is huge, and everybody could shoot at it. You'll definitely want to watch out for Death Stars, as they can take most of your health away. That is quite annoying, but you'll have to get used to it in order to face tier 10 tanks in the future. Another kind of con with this tank is that it's kind of different from its predecessors, as its camo rating isn't really as good as the Waffle 4 or the Borsig, so you'll need to get used to the large size of the tank, and you'll need to get used to the lesser or the smaller amount of camo value. So, in conclusion, again, yes, I do recommend you getting this tank. It is fun. It is powerful. It's fun to piss people off in this thing. And yeah, that's basically all my thoughts and my review on the Waffle Maker, or the Waffentreger Auf E100. Future videos, make sure you see my T44 review, which will come out probably sometime whenever I get my Ace Tanker. I'll do a review even though if I not get an Ace Tanker in that thing, as I am kind of close to getting the T54, so it will be quite exciting to see. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.